Hey, good afternoon. It's Jacob at Georgia Scapes. It's been a while since we posted. We're just going to go over a view of our Kubota B2301 tractor. We've had some people ask us to do a view on it, and then we're also going to be doing an oil change, so stay tuned. This is our B2301. We use it for a lot doing installs and driveway repairs. It doesn't mess with the top as much with these tires on it. They're not as aggressive as an ag tire, and they spread the weight out pretty good. You don't, when your tracks are toning, it's not going through and tearing it up. It's got a little over 400 hours on it. We're gonna do the 400-hour maintenance interval on this tractor today. The only complaints that I've had with this tractor is if you lift the 3-point all the way up, sometimes it'll try and pick up higher than it's supposed to, and it will take hydraulic power away from your boom, and it'll just move real slow. But if you take it and move it down just a little bit right there, it will give full power to the bucket. For some reason, I called the dealer and they said, well, yeah, the hydraulics are tied together, and that sensor can sometimes act up and think it's not all the way up when it is. So we just, if it acts up, we just do that, lower it down just a little bit, and it takes care of it. And the only issue, real issue we've had out of this tractor is there is a pressure switch down in there that lets it know when you're pushing the pedal. If you have, it's hydrostatic, so if you push on this pedal, you can't crank the tractor. So one time it sits outside a good bit, and one time it was out here and it froze, so that water got down in that sensor. When it expanded, it made it think that that pedal was pressed down, so we couldn't get the crank. Went through troubleshooting it and then found that sensor. People kind of talk about the sensor being bad. Ours wasn't bad, it was just frozen up to where it had thought it was the pedal was pressed, so it wouldn't let it crank. We let it warm up, we heated the sensor a little bit, and then it cranked right up. And that's only happened one time. We've never had any real issues with it. And then the only other thing is we had this bolt fall out of the loader pin, but I mean, that's simple. We'll just put a new carriage bolt in there and keep going. I mean, that's nothing. So I say it's been a real good tractor. It's rated at 900 pounds for that front loader to pick up. We have had a pulverizer on the 3-point, and when we have that on there, we have picked up around 1,500 pounds. I say it can get a little tippy, but I say for the most part, I mean, that's pushing it and asking it to do more than what it's really made to do. I say we don't have any issues with it. We bush hog fields with it, moved up gravel. I said we've grade with it. I said we put that pulverizer on the back and it'll make a smooth finish. So we've used this just like a skid steer. We have, I say, not really any complaints, really, just little things here and there, like that sensor. We loaned that, and so now we know about it, and it's no big deal. I say we've been real happy with it. I say a bunch of people complain about the tires on them, these track loader wheels. The only issue we've had is this front one here. It does every now and then, it'll just, for some reason, it leaks down. We've tried to find a leak and don't find one, and it's maybe once every other week we may have to pump that one wheel up, but the rest of them do fine. We put a hole in one of them, but that's not a big deal. That's not Kubota's fault or Titan, the tire company's fault. That was just our fault for running over stuff. So that's been no big deal. The paint's faded on it one time, a little bit more than I'd like, and but we had it buffed, and after they buffed it, it looked way new again. I say there's no complaints on this tractor. I say if anybody was to ask if we recommend this, we would recommend this tractor 100%. We've had no mechanical issues out of it. I say it's got, let's see, 418.9, so 419 hours on it. No issues. We've had it for 2 years now. I say with no issues. We've never took the loader off. It does have a quick disconnect for it. If you pick this loader all the way up and tilt the bucket out, these arms right here will let go and these feet drop down, and these will go down, hit the ground, and you can loosen that up, and then pick that arm up, and it'll disconnect your hydraulic lines, and you can back right out from under that loader if you didn't need it. But I said we've never done that. It's always been nice to have the loader on the front when we bush hog to knock down the tall grass and make it there's our neighbor. It's been nice to knock down tall grass with the bush hog's not trying to bend the grass over and mow. It'll do half the walk, that loader. And then a little extra weight on the front. They're not real heavy tractors. It's a little 23 horse tractor, nothing strong, nothing crazy, but it gets the job done, and it's a little light, so that loader definitely helps keeping some extra weight on the front, especially when you pick up. Like I say, our pulverizer is 6 feet wide, which is a little big for this tractor, but we already had it, so that's what we use. So it'll, when you pick it up, you can feel the tractor trying to set down a little bit just from the weight, but it handles it fine, it pulls it fine. We normally leave this tractor in 4-wheel drive all the time, unless we're going through a yard with mulch. We'll take a lot of mulch. If we get bulk mulch, we'll take the tractor and just scoop it up, move it where we need, dump it out, and then rake it out smooth. That really saves a lot of work on these mulch jobs that we do. We do a few hundred yards of mulch a year, and that really helps a lot doing that. And so we broke a light out right here the other day trying to get a concrete bucket, Georgia buggy behind it. It went up and hit that light. It took everything to get that tractor on the trailer with it, and we went an inch too far on there and broke the light out of it. And but that's no big deal. We'll go to the dealer and pick up another light. So it's just the cover, it's not the whole assembly, so we'll just get another one and get that fixed. All right, we're gonna do the oil change now. We run all Kubota oil and filters on it. It's new, it's only 2 years old, so it's under warranty. So we just go to the local dealer and pick up all maintenance parts we need, and that way they have a record that we've been buying the Kubota parts in case we ever do have an issue out of it. Don't suspect one, but you know, just in case we do, we want to be able to show that we do take care of our equipment. While that oil's draining, we've got the hood open, and we're going to pull this side panel off the tractor. It just pops off, pick it up on the front, and slide it off towards the front of it. And that panel just comes right off, and you can get down there to the oil filter. so this oil filter right here, it says to lubricate the filter before you put it on, and then once you get it hand tight and the gaskets meet, to turn it another 3/5 of a turn. So that's about that is 60%. So I can just take the oil cap and put a little oil down in it, and I just set it down and dip my finger in it and go around that gasket, and then I always go around the threads too. Don't want those threads to rust while it's on the tractor and then make the filter not want to come off. So now that's got some oil on it, we will put it back on the oil filter housing. Pick that hose up, kind of get it out of the way. It's pretty tight fit, and so we'll just keep turning that till it gets started. Well, it's started, just until that gasket makes contact. Still pretty easy to turn. Okay, right there it kind of got snug. So we're going to turn it just over half a ton. So these letters right here, we'll flip them over and just a little bit more. So that's about halfway. I said when I felt a little bit of resistance, I kept going a minute ago. So that's probably right where it should be. I said we're gonna just take a rag and wipe that filter off, get it nice and clean. Don't want to have it all nasty and dirty. We normally wash this every time it comes back from a job. We try and keep it looking good and presentable, and we just want to keep up a good image in our community. So we just do all the little details that make it look better. I'll say the oil is almost done draining now. I'll say you might see a little drip here or there. We'll let that go for another minute. The book says this holds like 3.85 or 3.9 quarts of oil, and it's 4 quarts to a gallon, and we got a gallon. So we're just gonna go ahead and just put all the oil down in it, because one day, it doesn't now, but one day down the road with more hours, it'll, you know, everything will start burning a little bit of oil, and then it'll have a little extra in it. So it's no big deal to have that extra oil in it. It's less than 1/10% of a gallon, so no big deal. All right, so we got the oil pan plug back in, the oil filter's on. We're just going to take the cap off the top of the valve cover here, just undo that, put the funnel on it, and pour the oil. Like I said, we're putting a little extra oil than what it really calls for, but that's no big deal. I say on all of our trucks we have, they hold like, let's see, 15 quarts of oil, and we'll put 4 gallons in them. That's 16 quarts. That's an extra quart of oil, but like I say, it doesn't really matter when you're talking just a little bit of oil there. So we're gonna get this oil put in here, and once this oil is in here, we'll be good to go. So these tractors, Kubota, they actually make these in Georgia, in Gainesville. Like I said, we're based out of Georgia, North Georgia. So these tractors are actually made about, depending on traffic, 30-45 minutes from where we are based out of. So that's nice. You know, they supporting local. All the guys over there, the Ingos that are building these tractors, we buy these, and you know, keeps a little bit more money in the community and the surrounding areas. So that's nice. I know a couple of the welders over there at Kubota. So we've laying their mowers, excavators, tractors, skid steers. They're all real good equipment. So this funnel is going to be done now. So we'll put this cap back on. All right. And so that oil change is done, drained, oil filter changed, oil put back in it, and we're done with the oil change. Alright, so now we're just gonna crank the tractor up and check anything for leaks. And after that, we'll be ready to put it up and keep going. Alright, so just go down here to the oil filter. There's no leaks coming off of it. And you'll go down here to the oil pan, and there's no leaks coming off of it. So it'll be good to go. I'll say, if you got any questions about the tractor, what we do with it, if we like it, you know, recommendations, just shoot us a message here on YouTube, or if you want to do text, our phone number 678-787-7964. We'll be happy to answer any questions you got about one, things we like, what we don't like, and the size of it, all that. All right, y'all have a good one.